it's me, Loretta. Today I've come to do a review of my locks. I'm just looking about setting myself up. Sorry, I'm not so organized today. I just had a thought that it would be a good idea to just get on with this thing and just make this video, because if I miss the moment, then I miss it and it'd be such a shame. It's about 2 months now since I've had the dreadlocks, and I'm still feeling them. I feel very, very happy and very fulfilled having them. As usual, I have made a structure. I've put down some questions that I've written down just to help organize my thoughts. So I still use the same products that I told you about in the last video. I still use the shampoo to wash my hair. I don't condition them. I also still wash them every 2 weeks. I oil them every other day or as required, because sometimes I feel like they don't need any oiling. But I try my best to spray my scalp with a mixture of water and two essential oils, tea tree oil and tea tree oil and peppermint oil. I told you last month that I began to use this particular mixture when my scalp became very itchy and flaky. I found that it resolved the itchiness and the flakiness as well. The proof of that is that when I went to retighten my hair, yeah, did you hear? You heard right, retighten. I have actually now retightened my hair for the first time. When I went to retighten my hair, I found that there were no flakes coming out of my scalp, which was absolutely amazing. My hair became less itchy as soon as I started the spray. You know, there was something we said last month. I was contemplating washing my hair every week in order to resolve the itchiness. But I thought that it would be a good idea to just continue to spray it with the water and the oil and see how that went. So this is me reporting to you that that went well. There is actually no need to increase the frequency of washing my hair. Every 2 weeks is perfect, and I just try to hydrate my scalp, not every day now, but I'll say every other day or every 3 days. Initially, when the itchiness was at its peak, I was actually spraying it every day. But right now, I have no single itchiness or no dryness and no discomfort whatsoever. In terms of maintenance, I have used interlocking to maintain my hair, which is absolutely fine. I had this big doubt regarding if I would use interlocking as a technique or palm rolling. But for the sake of convenience and the fact that I live a very busy, hectic life like most people do, and I didn't think that I wanted to be worrying so much about my hair and the maintenance, I just went for interlocking and I've been very pleased with it. I think what I really loved about interlocking my hair was the fact that as soon as the interlocking was done round the whole head, I could see my scalp again, and it wasn't as puffy. Not that I mind it being puffy or anything like that, but it just helped me feel, it felt like I just made the hair again, which was quite nice actually. But something I wanted to point out, my hair is really very soft. I'll show you. It's not like you can see soft hair, but you can see how curly the tips are. That's just proof to you about how soft my hair is. So as a result of this softness and curliness, I noticed that after washing my hair, you know how they say on YouTube that you need to make sure you don't interlock or manipulate your hair when it's dry? Well, I'll differ on that, because I was trying to interlock it while it was still a bit moist. And what was happening was that it was unraveling. Even though they are in braids, I just found that they seem to be unraveling, especially around the tips where I was trying to put the hair into the tool. So what I did was to wait for the hair to dry. not totally dry, but before drying, I put lots of almond oil, which is my oil that I use. I've shown you that before. I put lots of almond oil, iron oil. Sorry, I can't get my words out. I put lots of iron. Oh, God, I'm saying it again. I put lots of almond oil on my scalp. And so what happened was that when the hair got dry, it wasn't so dry that it was strong or hard. It was still very easy to manipulate. It wasn't painful. But the good news was that it wasn't unraveling when it was dry. And so it became easier to manage retightening the hair. Am I happy with the locks? Yes and no. You heard right. I'm actually very, very happy with the locks in that it has given me a lot of independence and, should I say independence? Freedom, really. I felt freer regarding my appearance, regarding my, let me say, the time it takes me to get ready and go. It's not like it takes me a lot of time normally, but it's even shorter now. I feel like I don't have to worry about the way I look because I'm just ready. I'm good to go even if you tap me and wake me up from sleep. So it's one reason why I would really encourage anyone who is struggling with their natural hair and struggling to comb and tame their hair to consider getting locks. However, there's one thing that's been bothering me though. You see, when I went to do these particular locks, I wanted them to be small. And the interesting thing is that now that this hair has been washed for the past 2 months, you can see that if you compare this with the first video, you will see that the hair is bulking up somehow. I know it's going to shrink and all that lovely stuff they say. But I feel like I still don't have nearly enough locks, you know. I'm really gearing or veering towards the sister locks type of size because I like the fullness and density that that kind of hair gets in the end. But on the other hand, I'm thinking, is that me again, like not being satisfied with my hair? Because I remember that one of the reasons I took my very, very first locks out was that I was complaining that when the lady made the locks, it was too small and I wanted something bigger. So I took that one down. I went for something bigger. And then I started complaining that it was too big. I didn't have enough locks. And so I took that one down myself and did it. Then I complained again that it didn't look very tidy because I made it myself. And so when I went to make another one, I had someone help me. You know, it's always been one excuse or the other. And people in my life feel like they are tired of me now. And maybe that says something about me. I'm quite restless. I'm a restless soul. But I always like to try things because each of the ones I've done and ditched have taught me something about what I actually know I don't like. You know, there's a difference between thinking you want something or you like something and actually undertaking it and seeing based on your experience of it, the reality of it. Sometimes when you encounter that reality, you come to find out that, you know, the grass is greener on the outside. Now that you are in it, you are able to know if you really like it or not. And that's the kind of way I feel. I don't want to be 90 years old and think, oh, if I had known, I should have just tried this or tried that. So right now, I feel like I want to make these locks really small. I might regret it. But it seems like a shame because right now I've been 2 months in. And by the time I take it down and make a new one, what would that make me? Zero. I'll be starting from scratch, which will feel like a shame. But can I trade the fact that I might start from scratch with the satisfaction of possibly getting what I want? Sometimes life is just trial and error, you know, and you just have to keep trying until you get what you want, you know. So I'm just thinking out loud as usual, as I always do, and I'm always grateful to you guys for listening. I want to know any ideas. Are there any other people who have had similar experiences with their locks? And sharing my videos about my locks, it's not about showing the perfection of my locks or telling you that is all rosy and all beautiful like I see all over the internet. I really want to be real with my experience of the locks. I want to share also my ups, my downs, my highs and lows. I don't think this is a low point. This is just another self-realization point, which is something I've actually really enjoyed about the dreadlocks. I don't mind if I do it 100 times. The main thing is that I keep staying happy. You know, that's what I think, you know. So yeah, it might feel like a bit of a rant or a bit of feel like someone going round and round in circles. But some of us are not really clear cut in our ways. You know, we go round and round in circles. What matters is that we get there in the end. It doesn't matter. There are no rules, as I always say. So here's me telling you that next month you might see me with something completely different or not. So what I will call it, if I change it to something smaller, it will be me taking them down one after the other and splitting them again into two. So I'll be calling that repairing my locks rather than starting afresh, because it's not really starting afresh. It's still part of the journey and the process. If that means getting what I want, I don't mind. I've only retightened it once, so it shouldn't be so difficult. It shouldn't be so difficult to take any of it down. Like, I don't think I'll experience much hair loss or tangling because it's just the first time. Is there something you might change about the locks? Yes. Something I might change about the locks is that I'll try to make sure that the what do I call it now? The squares are nearly equal. You know, since the hair has been fluffing out and becoming bigger, you know, with age and washing, I've noticed that I have very skinny locks. I'll show you. I have this lock here. I don't know if you can see it. I have this very fat one. That does my head in. That upsets me. I know that this might be as a result of the differences in the density of hair as you move across the scalp. However, I just want something near. Is that me wanting perfection? Maybe. Perfection is a farce, isn't it? It's not real. But surely you would agree with me that this skinny and this lepa here and this orobo here. You know, so I'm going to repair them anyway, and I'll get back to you and tell you how I go. But in the meantime, thank you so much for listening to me. This is my 2-month lock update. I'm still very happy. Let me show you how it looks. Still feels very soft. I really, really like it. I'm not able to move around too much, not for any particular reason. I'm just being lazy. You know, if you look through the hair, you know, I just feel like I don't have nearly enough rows. Look at this. See my scalp? I love it when I see. But you see how these squares are so big. Look. Let me show you the next line. Look at how big. Look at them. Look at them. I really wanted something small, because when I made them, they appeared. You see how big those ones are here? Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4. Now let's come here and I'll show you what I mean. If you come here, you see how skinny? And you see how skinny they are? I have way more than 4 there. Do you see? They are that skinny that I have, see? Way more than 4. So that's my point. Some of them are so skinny. Like, look at this lock. See how skinny it is? I love it. Because if all of them were like this, I'll have way more locks sitting on my head. That's annoying. Anyway, you get the gist. I'll catch you again next time, and see you next month. Hopefully with good news, but I'm really, really still digging and enjoying these looks. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.